Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So in your last class, we were discussing about the factors of growth of Indian nationalism. So how many factors we got? How many? Two factors. And today we will be discussing about the factor number 3. It is what? Socio-religious reform movement. So you have to know first what is the meaning of socio-religious. Socio means the what? Society related aspects, and religious means the religion related aspects. And the meaning of reform is what? Positive change in any aspect. That means which are acceptable, which are good. Okay. So we all know what? Religion and society are both are closely related. Both are closely related. So when there is a change in religion, the influence also in the society. So when there is a change in the religious aspects, and the society is also influenced. So the change in religious aspects which leads to social change, positive change, acceptable change, it can be called as socio-religious reform movement. Socio-religious reform movement. Okay. So here we will able to know about some renowned personalities such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayanand Saraswati, and what? Vivekananda, and Annie Besant, etc. Okay. So at first we will discuss about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Okay, I will rub it. Now we will discuss about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So at first you have to know who was he? Who was Raja Ram Mohan Roy? So in very simple words, you will know what? Raja Ram Mohan was a social reformer. He was a person from Bengal. He was a person from West Bengal. He born in the district of Burdwan district of West Bengal. He born in 1772. In an Orthodox Brahmin family. Orthodox means what? Orthodox. Remember the word meaning. Orthodox means strict, very strict, followed very strict rules. Orthodox means very strict. Okay, he was born in 1772 and died in 1883. Okay. So now we will see what did he do. So he laid the foundation of all principal movements such as social, religious, political for the advancement of India. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the founder of any movement in India. He was the founder. He was the first person to create a movement in India in any aspect. Which one? Social, religious, and this also. Political. For what? For the advancement of India. And he also wanted to do what? Cultural synthesis between East and West. Synthesis means what? and west indicates England. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy wanted to unite the both culture of east and west. That means Indian culture and the culture of England should be mixed, should be united. So why? Because the west was free from some prejudices and superstitions. Remember, mind it. The west is free from what? Some prejudices and superstitions. When in India there are lots of what? Prejudices and superstition. So now you will have to know what are these actually. Prejudices, what are these actually? Do you know what are the meaning of these prejudices? Prejudices means what? Some evil things which are not scientific. Prejudices. Some evil deeds by men, people, by the society, which are not scientific actually, and which can harm our society. For example, what? Child marriage. So what is the legal age of marriage in India? It is 18 years. 18 years for girls. But in ancient India, what happened? The girls were married in very early age of 6 years or 7 years or 8 years. It is said as child marriage and human sacrifice. For the sake of God. These are the what? These can be called as prejudices. Why? Because they have no any scientific basis. So these are called as prejudices. Now we have to know superstitions. Superstitions means what? Blind faith. Some beliefs which have no any scientific reason. It is always blind. Suppose we have not seen ghost. You all know what is ghost. You all believe, I think. So ghost is only an idea of our mind. It is never be seen. So it is a blind faith. Believe in ghost, witches, and he also supported women education. He fought for the right of women for inherit property. So he supported that women should get the property by their father. So another important thing is he established Hindu College in collaboration with David Harvey. Next, Raja Ram Mohan Roy opposed some magazines published from the Sri Rampur printing press, and it was by some British missionaries. Magazines were what? Samachar Darpana and Digdarshana. So in the magazines, there were written that Hinduism is not a good religion and Christianity is the best religion in the world, and they were using some derogatory word about Hinduism. Derogatory. That means harmful word. Not good at all. Harmful. Not good, harmful. Derogatory word. So, Raja Ram Mohan Roy opposed the magazines. Why? Because the magazines use some harmful words against Hinduism. And for what? He did what? Raja Ram Mohan Roy published 2 pamphlets. Pamphlets means what? Okay, I will write here. Raja Ram Mohan Roy published pamphlets. 2 pamphlets. So you can say pamphlet means what? Booklet or handbook. Which is very handy. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy published pamphlets, handwritten pamphlets. What were the names? What? Brahman Satabdi and Brahman Missionary Sangbad. These were the handwritten booklets, handwritten pamphlets. So these were not printed, these were only written by own hand. So in the booklets, what did he wrote? He wrote about the Hindu religion and its philosophy. And he also wrote that the Brahmins are the what? Creators of corruption in Hindu religion. He wrote that what? Basically Hinduism is a very holy religion, and what? Corruptions were brought by some Brahmins into Hinduism in the later age. So at first Hinduism was very sacred, very holy, and Brahmins were the creators of corruption in Hindu religion. So for making Hinduism free from any harmful energy, Raja Ram Mohan Roy established a Sabha in Calcutta. So the name of the Sabha was Atmiya Sabha. It was established in 1815. And in 1828 he established another Sabha named as Brahma Sabha. Okay, remember Raja Ram Mohan Roy established Brahma Sabha in 1828. And it was renamed as Brahma Samaj. Okay, so in 1828 he established what? Brahma Sabha. Later it was renamed as Brahma Samaj. Okay. Again, what did he do? Raja Ram Mohan Roy translated the Upanishads into simple Bengali language so that all general Bengali people can be able to read it. Basically, it was written in Sanskrit language. Upanishads are written in Sanskrit language, and he translated it into Bengali language. And again, what did he do? He opposed idol worshipping. According to him, God is one and God is shapeless. God has no any shape. No any shape. So we should not worship any idol of God. Idol of God. God is in our mind. God is in our mind. So again he opposed what? Casteism. Casteism. Casteism means what? Casteism means upper caste, lower caste. In our Indian society there are so many, no, upper caste, lower caste, etc. So he opposed it. According to him, all are equal. All are equal. And child marriage. Child marriage, it is already explained, discussed. And Porda system. Porda system means in ancient India, the Indian woman has to cover her face with a cloth. She was not allowed to show her face to any man. And the another one is polygamy. That means what? One person was allowed to marry more than one woman. It was 2 or 3 or what? Whatever. So these were opposed by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So as I said earlier, there are some what? Prejudices in our Indian society. So these all are what? Prejudices. Prejudices. So these were opposed by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy supported the widow remarriage. Widow remarriage. According to him, the widow should be married again. What is a widow? What is a widow? Widow is the woman whose husband is died. Whose husband is died, and Raja Ram Mohan Roy supported that widows should be married again. And he abolished the system of sati. Sati. It is a very important point. So what is sati? What is sati? Listen. Listen carefully. Sati is a system of ancient India. So in ancient India, when a husband died, his wife was burnt alive with her husband. With her husband, and she was called as sati. Listen once again. When a husband died in ancient India, his wife was burnt alive with him. With him, and the wife is called as sati. And it was the system of sati. And during the reign of Lord William Bentinck, Raja Ram Mohan Roy abolished the system of sati. Abolished means removed. Removed. It is not here in India. Okay. And Raja Ram Mohan Roy also supported women's education. Women's education. All women should be educated. And he also supported the right of women for inherit property. Inherit property, that means women should get their father's property. And thirdly, he established a college in Calcutta. Calcutta named as Hindu College. Hindu College in collaboration with a British officer, David Hare. David Hare. So he established what? Hindu College. Hindu College in Calcutta. In Calcutta. And later on it became the famous Presidency College. Presidency College. So remember, Hindu College was established in 1817, and the same college was renamed as Presidency College. Presidency College. So you can see the picture of Hindu College, which was established in 1817. It is the Hindu College. It was established in 1817 and it was renamed as Presidency College in 1855. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy also advocated that there should be separation between judiciary and the executive. Judiciary and executive are the different parts of government. And he advocated that the judiciary and executive should be separated from each other. And he also advocated that there should be civil and criminal law to solve or dispute some legal problems of the Indians. Okay. And he also advocated that the revenue of the land should be reduced. Revenue of the land should be reduced. What is revenue? Revenue means tax. So the Indians had to pay revenue to the British. And why? For their land. And Raja Ram Mohan Roy suggested that there should be reduction of land revenue. Reduction means the revenue should be reduced. And in 1833 he visited the House of Commons to present the demands of Indians to British. So what is again, what did he do? Raja Ram Mohan Roy translated the Upanishads into simple Bengali language so that all general people can read it. Basically, Upanishads are written in Sanskrit language, and he converted it into Raja Ram Mohan Roy also inspired some young Indians to work for the regeneration of the society. Regeneration means he wanted a new India, wanted a India free from evils, free from any bad energy, free from any evil energy. So he inspired some young Indians to do the same. So they were whom? Dwarkanath Tagore, Prasanna Kumar Tagore, etc. And Raja Ram Mohan Roy is considered as the father of modern India. Why? Because he brought the trend of modernism into India. He eradicated the evil deeds of the Indian society like sati system, purdah system, child marriage, etc. So he is considered as the father of the modern India. So now we will discuss about Arya Samaj. And it was established by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Okay. So who was Swami Dayanand Saraswati? He was also a social reformer. And he established Arya Samaj for reforming the society. He established the Arya Samaj in Punjab in the year 1875. Dayanand Saraswati was a great Sanskrit scholar. Okay, who was he? He was a great Sanskrit scholar. As such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Dayanand Saraswati also advocated the same things. He advocated that there should be followed monotheism. Monotheism means worshipping only one God. God is one. We should worship only one God. He is the supreme power. And discourage polytheism. Polytheism means worshipping a lot of God. Okay. And idol worship. He also advocated that there should not be worshipping of any idol. Because God is shapeless. God is shapeless. God is not seen ever. Okay. And again, what did he advocate? Equal status between man and woman. He supported what? Equal status between man and woman. Man and woman. And he believed in the Vedas. Believed in the Vedas. Do you know about Vedas? Okay. What are the Vedas? Vedas are the epics of Hinduism. Hinduism. Vedas are the basis of Hinduism. Hinduism. So, he believed in Vedas as the true source of Hinduism. Yes, that means it is the basis of Hinduism. Basis of Hinduism. So, his slogan was, go back to the Vedas. So, Vedas are everything. Everything. And Arya Samaj also began the Sudhi movement. Sudhi movement. Remember, it is important. Arya Samaj by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Arya Samaj by Swami Dayanand Saraswati began Sudhi movement. Sudhi movement. Sudhi movement. And through this movement, what was tried to do? The main purpose of Sudhi movement was to convert the non-Hindus to Hinduism. Non-Hindus to Hinduism. Okay. So, these are the main parts of the factor number 3. So, what we have got? We have got what? Socio-religious reform movement. We knew about Raja Ram Mohan Roy's Brahma Samaj and his contribution to the Indian society, to the modern India. He is regarded as the father of modern India because he brought the trend of modernism to India. And again, we got about Swami Dayanand Saraswati, and he was a Sanskrit scholar, and he also advocated the same thing such as Dayanand Saraswati. He advocated that God is one. God is one and God is shapeless. And he also began a movement named was Sudhi movement. Sudhi movement. Okay. Now, dear students, I will suggest you to read the chapter at your home. Then you will understand it very clearly. So now it is the time to say goodbye, all of you. Okay, thank you.